back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, of course, not in our studios in the Greater Lansing International Airport, but basically in the garden level of the Holman House. But we are running down to Chicago right now. As a matter of fact, we're going to spend a little time with Geri Sanchez Aglipay. She's the regional administrator for the SBA, the Small Business Administration in Chicago. And Geri, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here. Congratulations. And it's been too long since we had you on. You've been in your position for a little while now.
About a year, a little over a year, yes.
Well, then you are a veteran, as a matter of fact, by that officially. Tell everybody a little bit about what, your duties, what you do, and your territory.
Yeah, as a regional administrator, I oversee 6 states in the Great Lake region and 7 district offices, the financial operations, the program operations, the outreach and engagement strategy, but also amplify the work that SBA, the mission of SBA that we've had for 70 years to aid, counsel, assist, and protect, how that is actually being accomplished under the Biden-Harris administration with landmark bipartisan legislation of reinvesting back in America, and of the priorities of Administrator Isabella Casillas Guzman, who is the only Latina cabinet level member of the president's cabinet as well. So I'm very pleased and proud to be with the SBA. I'd worked with the SBA actually prior to being appointed by the president. So I'm very familiar with the district offices and the staff and the programs. So it's nice to be in the house rather than outside. I was in the cookout. Been wonderful partners at the SBA, and it's a wonderful staff that I'm very proud to work alongside with. So that's some of my duties with the SBA is also to advance small businesses for recovery and sustainability. And what we under Administrator Guzman, and for me, with my vision and strategy, working with district directors like District Director Lakita Henderson, is to make sure there's 3 things that underpin that. 1, customer service. Are we meeting people where they're at? We know from the recovery, Chris, a lot of people who actually didn't know about SBA. We were the best kept secret for so many until the need for PPP and EIDL and the counseling, the no-cost counseling that's confidential. People didn't know that SBA offered that to help them grow. 2, digital technology. We are a global, society now, from our phones to our doorbells to our toothbrushes, and manufacturing, being made supplies, and also operations, timesheets and such. Small businesses will be left behind without utilizing technology and harnessing that to create revenues. Even something as simple as I said, their phones to monitor timesheets of their employees and such. So technology. 3rd, equity. We're equity focused under the Biden-Harris administration and under Administrator Guzman to make sure that we truly advance measurably equity for women, socioeconomically, historically disadvantaged community, such as rural areas, minorities, LGBTQ, disabled, seniors, those silver entrepreneurs as well. We want to make sure that people actually have a level playing field to access who we are as a federal agency. Our no-cost confidential counseling, our affordable financing, and also contracting opportunities so that they can actually do business with the federal government, which has more reliable revenues and payback, yet revenues to pay small businesses, and also how they can be in Michigan, a global company that exports with Canada, but also worldwide. So we want to make sure they know that we have these resources, we have the staff, and a lot of it is no cost and confidential counseling, and we have partners that they can also work with. So they build their business and they build their bench with SBA.
I was very fortunate as a chair of the National Small Business Association to work with several of the SBA directors in DC, going back to Karen Fields, which is quite a while ago. But people don't realize the accommodation SBA can do, what a friendly organization they are, and the reach and the ability they have to help small businesses.
Yes, I think that's where we work with partners. And part of that is we have a hub and spoke model already. We have a strong, vibrant ecosystem with our small business development centers, our recognized women's business centers, the Veterans Business Opportunity Centers as well. We have volunteer experts who volunteer with SCORE. That is a nonprofit organization where people volunteer their expertise. I've seen small business winners of the year nationwide who actually attribute some mentoring that they got specifically from SCORE regarding, extermination, setting up their businesses and such. And, where's that esoteric subject matter expert that you need? SCORE provides that as well. But we also can navigate them to safe and affordable financing. We can help them decide the right financing for them, whether their credit is very strong or sometimes life matters.
So listen, I've got about 30 seconds left here. When you were appointed, you had some background also as an entrepreneurship and economic development person. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I was actually at one point a self-employed entrepreneur, and I actually learned from that and built that into my training that I developed for small businesses about how you actually structure right. But also it helped with my policy work on fair lending banking policies to entrepreneurs so that they don't fall into predatory lending. And with the new rules of SBA, actually, we're super excited that we have modernized some of our rules for accessing capital and lending so that we can lend equitably more to people.
Well, that is great background, and we are so happy to have you in this position. Geri Sanchez Aglipay, Region 5 Administrator for the SBA out of Chicago, Illinois, and of course that encompasses Michigan, where we all know and love. Geri, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll look forward to periodic updates.
Great. Thank you so much, Chris.
You've been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back.